My pocket notebook collection is essentially a collection of my ideas. Each notebook that I fill up is another addition to the coolest part of my studio, the pocket notebook bookshelf. In addition to the notebooks that I fill up, I also have a larger number of empties. And hopefully, with lots of good writing, I can make the full notebooks outnumber the empty ones. In this video, I'm going to be going through my entire pocket notebook collection. We'll start from my very first notebook, the first page I ever wrote in a pocket notebook, and then we'll go along through to my newest. Okay, so we're going to start with the ones that I've already written in. So the very first pocket notebook I wrote in was this one. It went from March 15th through May 1st of 2023. This was the very, very beginning of this whole journey, and so what we'll see throughout as we look through these notebooks is how the process kind of changed a little bit. So like throughout this book, I just kind of wrote in it. And then at the very end, right when I finished it in May, I added these little tab dividers on top, which I did this for the first two notebooks and then kind of got out of it. This second notebook was a lot of the same, except I wrote in it a lot more. The first and the second notebooks, a lot of the same. You know, they didn't really change from one book to the other. The third one was from June 8th of 2023 to September 22nd. So this is the first of these Pen and Gear books, these really small 160 page ones from Walmart. And this one is like absolutely disgusting. It's been beat up. It was in my pockets a lot at work, and just, this was pre-Zipmate. So this was one of the reasons why the Zipmate was so helpful, because this book got really messed up. So this was the first of these lined notebooks. It was interesting because there was a lot more pages than I was used to, which is why it took over 3 months to fill it up. The next one, September 22nd to December 9th of 2023. I'm getting close to the end of the year. The significance of this one in particular is that this is when I first started numbering all the pages. One of the things I would do is, as I would jot down ideas now and again, I would go back through the entire notebook and collect each idea and write them all on the same page. So that way I can see all the ideas in one place, as opposed to having to skim through the entire notebook. This notebook was a transition between 2023, 2024, December 9th through February 1st. This is when I first got the Zipmate. So Daily Carry Co. had sent me the Zipmate, and this was the notebook that I used. And this was also the book that I made the You Need a Pocket Notebook and Here's Why video. That one is now the third most viewed on my channel. No, it's the second most viewed on my channel now. This notebook here was where that video was born. So the next notebook is from February 1st through February 28th. So the entire month of February, this was a month I experimented with having a little bitty calendar inside of the notebook, just a little guy. So this notebook was the beginning of the fill them up in 1 month notebooks. The next notebook was February 29th. Oh yeah, it wasn't the whole month of February because it was a leap year. So February 29th through March 24th. This one was the first one I customized. I did whiteout and I splattered it. I wanted it to look like one of those composition books, like one of those classic ones that you get. This was also the notebook where I wrote one of my personal favorite videos. It was the last video in my closet studio. That is one of my favorite videos on my entire channel. That was about the story of moving away from home. Beautiful. I think it's a beautiful video. I adore that video. The next one is this really pretty royal blue. March 24th through April 18th, 2024. I'm not certain if I did this during this book or my last one. Whenever I make my videos, I usually shoot the voiceover like what we're doing now. And then I'll go through and do a shot list. And then I'll just go through, check off the boxes, what shots I want to get. That process has evolved quite a bit, but the final form of that process started in this book right here, where I would do boxes, then I would write what shot I wanted to get, and I would go back through when I finished getting that shot, and I would fill it out with red pen. The next book is my Swiss Army notebook. There was a video about this talking about the versatility of pocket notebooks, and to illustrate that point, I made a custom notebook, a Swiss Army notebook. This one went from April 18th to May 16th. I also remember this one, I actually set it up upside down by accident. Like I designed it upside down because the top, where the header goes on the pages is actually on the bottom. So I messed that up. So these are technically upside down, which is kind of hilarious. The next book is from May 16th to June 18th. There was a stretch there where I was consistently like within a couple of days filling it up in exactly a month, which I thought was awesome. This notebook was I made this one in a video about nostalgia, and I did like the Toy Story clouds as the design on the front. I thought that was pretty cool. I want to customize another notebook again, but I've got some ideas, so stay tuned. Oh, and here's a video. This is one of the rare times this actually happens. I think I wrote an entire video. I legit wrote the video top to bottom and never made it. I might have even done the voiceover for this one. I'm not certain, but I just wasn't huge on it, so I didn't make it. The next book goes from June 18th to July 18th. Oh my gosh, I remember this page right here. My red S-Gel pen was having some issues and ink was leaking out of the top of it. Like for some reason the air like created some kind of pressure within the ink tube, and it was absolutely disgusting. It was a mess. You know, throughout this whole notebook writing experience, I didn't do a lot of regular journaling as you would think of it. I did a lot of video ideas, video related things. It's honestly more recently that I've started to use them as like a proper journal, what I'm thinking, what I'm feeling kind of thing, which has honestly helped everywhere else in my life. But even now at the back end of 2024, I use these a lot. Honestly, I would say more so now, just for like stream of consciousness writing, like just journaling. The next one is 7/18 through 8/26 of this year. This is whenever I was starting to develop the idea for the pocket notebook bookmark that I've been putting in these books, starting effective this book right here. This was also where the PVC pipe overhead rig was born, this notebook. So this notebook right here was August 26th through October 10th. This one I kind of slowed down. I don't even know why. I just kind of did. It just didn't go through as fast. There's a few interesting little things in this one. So the first one was something that I feel strongly about. I taped it into the front cover. It was a Panda Express fortune cookie, and it said, "Your greatest asset is your positive perspective." And that to me means a whole heck of a lot, because I feel like that in real life. Like that's how I feel about myself. I feel like one of the best things I have to offer is, you know, my optimism, my positivity. So that really hit home. So I put that in the cover of the notebook. Lots of stuff in here. Again, like I said, I started doing a lot more journaling, which has helped, especially with like going to work every day. I'd have to do I get to spend a lot more time in my notebook because of having downtime or whatever the case may be. So I'm really able to reflect, and like I just really get to look inward when I get that time to write. And the last notebook on the used notebooks, this last one, I just finished it a week ago. As of shooting this, today's the 19th. As of shooting this, I ended this the 12th of November. And my goal at the very beginning was to make this one quicker. I wanted to write more. And there was actually a video I made about this that's done pretty well actually. But I made a video about this, how I wanted to write more because I felt as though I wasn't writing enough. And this notebook here was the start of a couple of different things actually. I started doing journaling more, like reflecting. And then also what I would do is, because I wanted to do this on a daily basis where I would write something every day, I decided to start dating each entry, which is a crime that I didn't do that beforehand. But from here on, I'm dating every single entry in my notebooks. So that's all the ones that I've written in thus far. There's the one that I'm working on. And in writing this, I'm on page 43. Started this one the 12th. So a week, I've got 42 full pages of writing, which is pretty sweet. That's what, like 6 pages per day. So the rest of this bookcase is these pen and gear notebooks. These are ones from Walmart. And to my understanding, Walmart has actually stopped selling these. So I've got those, and once I'm out of those, I'm probably just out of them for good. Next, let's go ahead and go over to the shooting table, and we'll talk about my newer pocket notebooks. Okay, so now we're on to the newer books, the newer pocket notebooks in the collection. So since these are new enough, I can actually go in order of when I got them. So the first one I got was this 3-pack of pink Moleskine Cahiers collection. I wanted to make a video or a series of videos reviewing different types of pocket notebooks, and this and a couple of others were ones that I got. So I really like these. I'm excited to start using them. I like that they're solid colored. The very next thing is the Moleskine Classic collection, and this is the small pocket size. This Moleskine I wrote in when I had COVID not long ago. It was just a little bit talking about how much I hate being sick, and it sucks. I hate being sick. Oh my gosh. The very next I got was the craft field notes. This is a 3-pack, comes with a lined, a grid, and a plain notebook. I really like the field notes books. The only issue I have with field notes, realistically, is that they don't have a ton of pages, but I'm getting over that. That was my main complaint for a while, but I'm getting over that. Because I really enjoy the idea of having a lot of notebooks. And so the more pages, inherently the fewer notebooks I can have. So I like to have a lot of them. I don't know. But that was in the first round. And then after a while, I became a part of the Field Notes affiliate program. So if you're interested in getting some field notes and you want a discount, code GareTheBear10 in the description. It helps us both out. When I joined that, they sent me three packs of notebooks. They sent me these United States of Letterpress notebooks. These are beautiful. I love these. Letterpress is awesome. I don't know if there's more of these or not, or if it's just these 3. I'm not certain if there's like a series. And then they sent me these. These are the Expedition notebooks. These are actually made to be tear-proof and waterproof. And I got a comment from somebody, which was extremely helpful, by the way. I appreciate you guys' comments because it was extremely helpful, because when I ended up using one of these, they said to not use like a gel pen because it'll rub off. They said to use like just a regular old ballpoint that's like an oil-based instead of gel. The commenter who said that, thank you. Thank you for that, because you're going to save me a lot of trouble when I get to these. And the last set that they sent me in my little care package was Series B of the National Park collection. Holy moly, I freaking love these. I have made it my new mission to collect the entire National Park set, Series A all the way through Series F, and then if any new ones come out, to get those. Bro, I love them. They're beautiful. Gosh, they're just beautiful notebooks, man. The thing that Field Notes has going for them is the aesthetic. And the very last notebook of this video, of the collection, is the Garrett Notes. 1 of 1 homemade book. Notebook, field notes, whatever. I'm really happy with it. I thought it was really cool. It was a really fun project to make. Inside of this cover, I wrote, "This notebook is a 1 of 1. There are no others of the kind in the entire universe." In the last almost 2 years of writing in a pocket notebook, my collection has grown significantly. Writing in these things provides me with clarity, with peace of mind, and a personal relationship and an ownership over my ideas. It is the writing, the journaling, the documenting that gives me the space to live and create however I want. And it is that idea that is the crowning jewel of my collection.